guess we're live. See how the stream is. Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, it looks live. I'll post this online. Okay. Just waiting to see if anyone can validate that the stream is working. It's kind of weird to see myself in delay. Someone asked, what am I going to print? Well, the printer is actually broken. It's not working yet. Can't print. That's Archimedes system. Cool. I guess the stream is live. Awesome. All right. Well, let's switch over to get some split screen on my computer here. I'm trying to see if I can hide my feed. All right. Well, hi everyone. This is my first live stream, so getting the hang of it. I got my desktop running with OBS. We'll have 2 cameras set up. You'll see those in a moment. But for those of you who are new to my channel or even to my feed, months ago, I decided to take my perfectly good working 1.5 duplicator i3, also known in the US as the Monoprice Select, and upgrade it. I wasn't ready to go buy a new printer, and actually I enjoy tinkering with 3D printers, so I figured take the basic hardware, do some upgrades, and there was a great design from guy's GitHub handle is omnomnomagon, something to that effect, and did a beautiful design based off of the Prusa Mark III, which is one of the gold standards for entry-level but high-quality 3D printers. So took most of the electronics, most of the mechanical parts, with some changes and a whole bunch of new 3D printed things. And you can see it kind of in this poorly lit. Let's see if you can wash me out a little bit. But it's the frame with nice extruded aluminum, etc. And so I started this project last year, and I was releasing a couple videos because the project is actually broken up in the wiki for the GitHub page. in section by section. Then we had a worldwide pandemic and other things, so I haven't really touched this since the beginning of the year. And I have constantly been looking over and seeing how sad my 3D printer looks. And decided today I'm going to try to make some more progress. And instead of doing it in a little bit more production quality with lighting and better mic, I'm just going to go straight to live stream so I get over this hurdle of not working on it. Maybe I'll finish today. That would be fantastic. I probably will run on the Steam by then. But the idea is to continue to follow along the guide, fix some of the things that I broke last time, and see where we get after some time. So if you are tuning in live, which I don't know how many people know about this stream, I really didn't publicize it. I have the YouTube chat open, so feel free to pop in questions or feedback of what I'm doing wrong, or wisecracks. They're all great. And I'll be switching probably to the overhead camera for most of it, but if there's something I want to say, I might pop back to this front-facing one. But in the meantime, I'm going to get myself situated and show you around to put together a plan for today. And to do that, I'll switch over to cameras. So I have an overhead camera, and this is the frame you saw in the other angle. Let's just switch back so you can see kind of where I'm in relation to the space and time. And this is where I'm going to do most of the construction, anything that needs to be in frame. So since we're not dealing with the physical frame, ooh, this is heavy, nice and strong. Well, I'll move that out of the way. Move it off camera. This is the X gantry. This is where I kind of left things. So in other videos, you'll see these printouts, which are straight from the GitHub page. Now, unfortunately, there's been mistakes or corrections since I started this project. I've also broken some parts will have to be reprinted once I have a working printer. I have some feedback that the audio is muffled. Let's see if I can do something about that. Since we're doing this live, I'll go grab my lapel mic and see if that improves things. I usually record with a lapel mic, so it's probably all over the place. I got a standard lapel mic from Amazon. It was decent quality, but it's really annoying how long the cord is, and the clip is missing too. Oh, there it is. This definitely will help. Question is, can I take advantage of it? Okay, and now let's plug that in. I'm also new to OBS, so I have to figure out how to toggle between audio sources. That'll be fun. In the meantime, this is a decent microphone. It's an Audio Technica, but it was pretty inexpensive. Let's see. Just click this on so it doesn't flop everywhere. And yeah, I didn't think it would work that easily. Let's do some settings. Audio. How about now? Are you hearing? No? Devices. Let's try the other audio. I have a feeling it's using the camera microphone. So let's do some physical test. Yeah, it's using the overhead microphone right now. So let's go ahead and uh, disable. Yeah, the lapel mic is not working. I'll keep this camera light on. I'll give it a few more minutes to try, and I'll keep this camera light on. I'll give it a few more minutes to try, and how about now? Can you hear me better? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. The overhead. I can't figure out how to get the lapel working with OBS. I'll turn off my phone so I don't have a crazy echo either. Next lesson is how to use OBS correctly, but not right now. We're going to continue. We're going to march on, right? This is the microphone. I'll make sure I talk in this general direction, even if I'm looking in that general direction, because I don't know how to figure and switch inputs. It is all good. Probably should have practiced a little bit more when I was trying out the video source, but in the meantime, let's get rid of this. And yeah, OBS has some fun configuration. All these are active. All right. Well, let me know if there's any audio issues moving forward. So we'll go back to the overhead in the meantime, and actually I'm going to adjust the lighting a little bit better, so we don't have so much. Yeah. Let's Okay, great. And Ecomedia, let me know if there's another issue pops up. That was definitely helpful to at least try. So let's get my OBS back to where it was, so at least I can see the chat. All right, cool. So where was I? Okay, yeah. The wiki. I'll leave a link in the description, but let's see if I can show you the URL very easily. Just look up on GitHub ReDuplicator. Let's see if I can do a new scene actually. Browser and tripod, desk. This is, oh yeah, I can do that. It is ReDuplicator. Copy, paste. Paste. It's probably not helpful, but there you go. That's the name of the GitHub repo, and apparently I don't know how to use the browser plugin. Let's go back to the overhead. So here's the wiki, right? I printed everything out. Again, this was some time ago. And I just went through the different sections, used the bill of materials, and we got through to section 5. There's a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel. And section 5 is the X gantry. And this is where problems started to happen. It's mostly assembled. Let's see if I can pull up an image. Final image. Yeah, it generally looks like that. And as you can see, it looks pretty similar to that image. It's actually reversed in this photo, as it says clearly, do the opposite of this, and then you install it. The problem is, or the problem I ran into and where we stopped, is the smooth rods from the original axes weren't fitting into the 3D printed PETG. And unfortunately, I cracked it because I was just hammering on it, literally with a hammer. So it's not seated correctly. Also, there's a specific distance that the instructions ask you to place the rods apart from the space. Makes sense. It should line up directly with the spacing on the towers. And so, like a total goober, I didn't think to drill a hole or drill out the holes because of shrinkage or misconfiguration with the 3D printed hole, especially the way this was printed. Should have been obvious. So that's why I cracked. Now I gotta actually take these out again and bore them out. In my defense, I didn't actually have exactly 10 millimeter holes, or is it 10 or 8? Whatever the right size is, I didn't have those, so I got a bunch. Actually, really inexpensive from Amazon, and it had this nice case. So now I'm good on metric drill bits. I had metric drill bits, just not the array like this is, right? Well, I actually had lots of small ones for PCB stuff, but I gotta figure out if it's 8 or 10. Oh, I know how to figure it out. I'll take this and go like this. Yeah, I think it's 8, if I were to guess. Well, it looks more closer to 9. No, it's definitely 8. So what I want to do is move this out of the way. Is first take this apart, drill out the holes, and then get the spacing correct to where it should have been originally. Because otherwise, this entire X gantry is done and just needs to be inserted onto the frame. I'm just double checking that it is indeed 8mm before I start hacking away at this part. Well, we have a bill of materials. You can also look up the original specs for the Wanhao, but it should be all here. Rods, rods, rods. I don't know. Anybody know? Smooth idler pulleys, fan fasteners. If anybody's on the wiki right now, that would be helpful as we... Yeah, they're LM8 UUs. It's got to be 8mm. But I'm just looking for some confirmation that... Well, guess what, friends? We're going to start with 8mm and work our way down. Up, work our way up. In the meantime, let's get a little bit more organized. Get the complete sections out of the way. Get to the drilly. Ooh. I always get ahead of myself. I need to first disassemble. Disassemble. No, disassemble. Any 25 fans out there? So the way I was thinking about doing this was just to spread the two ends apart instead of trying to, hammer it some more. And I want to use these clamps. The way I'm going to do that is first reverse the ends. Yeah, 25. I'm going to reverse the ends. This is a trick. I don't know when I first learned about it, but it's really handy. A lot of clamps, even low-end ones like this, you can take off the end and flip it around. And so it makes for a very convenient, First, you flip it around, see if this is the right kind, and then reverse the whole thing. So now you can use it for creating internal outward force instead of compression. And then you go like so. I want to be very careful here and try my best to just gently expand this out. Oh yeah, it's cracking. And you know what? There's not enough, these plastic little doodads don't have enough strength. Well, it was worth a shot. Guess we're going to hammer, because these are not coming out the way they are. What is the gentlest hammer I have that would be helpful? Well, I have one of these. I think they're called jeweler hammers, but I don't think that's gonna work. Let's just. Oh. Was there some movement? Did anybody see some movement? There may have been movement. This side has more meat, though. The problem is I don't know if this is just sliding. Not enough. All right, next hammer attempt. This is going to be too big, but maybe it has the finesse we need. I'm really worried about breaking just about everything on this machine. I don't have a proper vise in my work area, so unfortunately, that's why I was hoping for the clamp trick. What is there to do, friends? Okay. There's the hot end is right there. And what I want to do is somehow put some material here to act as impact that also gives me the surface area to hammer. Any ideas? Any ideas at all? Okay. Okay. Those have pieces of wood, but they're too thick to act as blocks. Ooh. Hey, this is the ticket. I might need a spare pair of hands. Elena, are you around? I don't think she's around. Okay. It's be a lot easier with a grown-up vise. Oh, I love this little 3D printed vise. It's nice because it has pretty good precision with the gearing system. The face plates, I don't know. They're printable, so you can replace them. Yeah, heat gun. That might be next on the list of ideas. I think it's just because we've been sitting so long that it kind of got a little tough. But with this not quite right vise, I can at least hold it in place. Slide this over. I guess not. This is terrible. It's the last time. Say it's the last time. This is the last time I hope I'll just try to force something that didn't belong together. All right, so here's my idea. I'm going to use my elbow, and then use this, and try to. You know what you can't have too many of? Clamps. I'm trying to hold this in place while I bang this around. The real question is, how do we know it's working? Yeah, I'm worried about the heat gun deforming the plastic too, and as you can barely see there, because I forced it initially, I got this crack, 2 cracks here actually, which might be permanently a problem. But we have to soldier on. How else can I do this? This moves smoothly. It's unclear if it's moving at all. Yeah, it's definitely the first thing I'm going to print. It's actually a pretty easy part to print too. But I think I just didn't have, looking at it now, didn't have really good layer bonding. And it's pretty thin where it cracks. So, let's see. What about smacking the assembly downward with the stubborn part at the top? Maybe over a chair back. For a chair back. What do you mean by chair back? Well, you can try. There's really no way to pry it open, unfortunately, just given the see. Let me review what the dimensions are called for. I'd really love to be able to drill it out, but it says insert the 320 millimeter rods to the gantry, roughly 15 millimeters. Slide in the new assembly. So this is the X gantry side. It says, the X gantry motor mount side. About 15 millimeters. I have no idea how far it's in there. Oh, I see. Hook the assembly you want to remove onto the edge of a table. I mean, I also have this, right? I can. Can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm kind of hanging this like this off the edge of the table. And potentially I could knock off. This is precarious. But let's try it. So I'm taking a clamp, clamping this piece of wood to the edge of a table. It's nice and tight. I'm going to put this end on the piece of wood and then hammer it down here. Or other way around. Yeah, I'll do it the other way around because there's more meat here to hammer and try to pull off the bottom that way. Or the top, I should say. Oh, hey! You just won some internet points. Look what we got. Our stubborn friend. Ooh, looks like it cracked some more. This is also super glue. And not that strong for plastic on plastic. I usually use E6000, but I got I got kind of tired and fed up with the whole process. So, okay. So now we have this and this. All we have to do is remove the last rod. Yeah, yeah. By the way, it looks perfectly fine. And just to verify, it's 8 millimeters. Grab an 8 millimeter. Yeah, it's just slightly undersized. Just slightly. I mean, it actually should work, but who knows, right? Okay, so don't get too excited. Stay with the program. Gotta free this friend. These smooth rods, I already treated them with liquid Teflon. Ooh, got really gunked on there. Now, how do we get this off? Oh, I wish I had like pliers that are wrapped in thick, with like basically a strap for twisting heavy pipes. They have them smaller sizes, I believe, but that would really be the right tool for the job here. In the meantime, let's come up with a strategy. Something like twisting. Okay, what do we have? Well, I do have pliers. What would be a good sort of enhancement? I could use one of these, just basic. But I don't want to grab onto the smooth rod because then it wouldn't be a smooth rod anymore. Look for some thick rubber, some sealing rubber. Let me see if I have any trash. I know I have some rubber seal material, but I don't know where that is. That'd be a good grippy, but not cause damage. I'll be right back. You can keep an eye on the desk for me. All right. This is probably a terrible idea, but I have a belt. And I'm not really worn in a while, so let's see how that goes, huh? I'm gonna do something like expand it a little bit. And I was hoping just to get a little bit. Okay. Let's try number 2. It's a little too loose. Nope, not grippy enough. All right. Taking suggestions. What can we do here? without messing up the thread rod. In the meantime, let's continue to keep our desk clean. Move you out of the way and you out of the way. Okay. Yeah. There are no set screws. Those are heat set inserts. The thing on top doesn't touch the piece either. It's friction fit. So too good of a friction fit, unfortunately, given the mistakes on my part. It's a very awkward shape too, because this would work if I could, keep it in place. Yeah, that would have been helpful and useful if the belt would have worked. What other tools do I have at my disposal? See, every time I do something like this, it just moves. It's not like I can hold it in place. You can't see the other side of the rod, can you? No. It's literally just held in place. All right. It's a good idea as any to clamp this down and try to the belt again. So I'm gonna just clamp the flat part, because at least there's a nice flat part on the table, and then try the belt wire again. At least I'll give it a little bit more stability. And then, sorry, it's off camera. I mean, you can kind of see if I bring this down what I'm doing. Oh yeah, that's helpful. And yeah, I think the rod is slipping. Okay, so the belt is slipping on the rod. So you can't see, I can't get enough grip. Yeah, it's just turning in place. All right, I'll take that painter's tape suggestion. Guess it doesn't really leave an adhesive, so it's not a bad idea. Do a couple turns of it. And I really wish I had some rubber or something. I'm gonna try the other side, just to try the other side. Nah. Let's get this tape off too. Yeah, there's no chance of you destroying the printer more than it currently is. See, I do have a terrible printer, a mono-price Select Mini that I've quasi upgraded. It probably could print PTG, but it just doesn't have great results in general. So I'm gonna wait until this one is back, or if I can convince someone to socially distance me some new parts. What else? So we do at least have somewhat of a flat surface. What if we tried over here? 2 different grips, just to get a little more strength so it doesn't twist. That's nothing. You heard that. Can you pop in the freezer? I have both freezer and canned air. That's also something to try. Let's try hand metal wood feel. Well, let's go get some compressed air. Problem is, I don't have good holding tools like a vice. It's cold, but it's not cold enough. There's really no way I'll be able to apply heat in the right way. That's really good. My only hope is to hold it like this and force it out. Yeah, you can't have too many clamps. Yeah. I'm gonna go and I might ask for some help. I'll be right back. All right. Given that we ran out of tools, I'm getting the best kind of tool, another human. And we're going to try to see if we can bang on this. So, did you see what the problem is?
No, I wasn't watching.
This is stuck in there.
Oh.
And so I was able to get the one end off by clamping this on this and then hitting that.
Okay.
But I've tried to twist this. I tried to use cold air. So my thinking is, if you could hold it,
Is it purely just pressure, or is there
Yeah.
any glue in there? Okay.
problem was it was too snug, so that's what happened. The idea is if you hold it like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then see if I can get the camera angle.
Oh.
Well,
Oops.
we got one out.
I guess you didn't want my help. Ooh. I didn't even put very much force on that.
Yeah, so
I broke it.
that is done. See,
What are you gonna do with it after you get it out?
I was gonna make the hole bigger, but it's bigger.
It's not bigger.
Okay, so
You reglue it.
yeah, I'll glue it for the sake of finishing it, but I still gotta get the other one out.
Okay.
Um,
I have an idea. Let me hold this part like this, because now I have. And can you grab pliers? No, you.
no, because it ruined the flare rod.
Okay. Try. I'm not going to put as much pressure as I did before. Yeah. Try twisting. Is it moving?
Yeah, it's moving.
Okay.
Um,
That was essentially my original.
Ah.
Yeah, that was my original idea. I just fucked it up the first time.
okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'll go back in my hole now.
Well, that kind of worked. I mean, there's no question I have to reprint these parts. They were messed up before. So, what to do? Well, I can. I'll make sure these parts didn't get bent in the process. Easiest way is to try to see if light peeks through from the bottom. I'm going to get my favorite tool prepared, which is glue. So, oh boy, this cracked in fun and interesting ways. Again, thankfully this part is not very complicated compared to the hot end. It's got a lot of fasteners and heat inserts and mechanical integration. But I have to reprint both of these for sure. However, in the meantime, for the sake of making progress, I'm going to use my favorite about a acetone won't work because this is PETG, and PETG does not melt for anyone or anything. So I basically going to use E6000, which is fantastic clear glue. It's used in a lot of costume jewelry, but it glues onto other. It's really good for plastic, so plastic on plastic, but also metal on plastic, concrete on plastic, stone on plastic, and it's better than super glue or hot glue in that regard. And so. This is pretty badly dried out, but I'll do my best to try to get some in there. See if I had a syringe, it would actually be better. So I always do it on aluminum foil, easier to clean up than on paper while it's still not cured, and so you can kind of like slosh it around even on the aluminum foil. So what I'm going to try to do is force as much glue into the crack as possible, and also Try to get any glue out of the thread insert. This is going to be inevitable, actually. Oh, thanks for all the help. And wish me luck. Oh, thanks. So that's a decent amount. Actually, I want to get some on the inside. I managed to get it everywhere but the crack. All right. Let's try to clamp this together. It's not strong enough. Let's get some. I think I might have to. I don't know what's going on. C-clamp, it's a little bit stronger. I need to get some newer, fresher E6000. Okay. My goal is to get this to close up the gap. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you can barely see, but the gap is pretty much closed up. See if I can get it any tighter. Okay, now I'll use another toothpick to remove all the excess glue. I had an old credit card or something just to scrape this a little bit better. Because once this stuff hardens, it is solid. Oh, I'm just going to use my hands. So So when it's not dry, it's kind of almost like rubbery. I think is why they like it in costume jewelry. But do not want it to get in there at all. Cool. Okay. What is the curing time for this? Just double check. "24 hours. So I think we're going to end this live stream early. And yeah, I mean, there's no point in drilling this one out. We'll come back to this at a future time because we need this to cure so that we can rebuild it, so that we can reprint the part. Anyway, this was a fun experiment, and we will. I think I'll try it again as a live stream, but for now, I'm gonna say adios and catch you next time.